anything else I could do for her, and after she said no, she just left. 2 minutes later, the host answers the phone asking for a manager. I was the shift lead, so I ended up having to take the call. The person on the phone says, I need a manager. And I said, well, I am the manager on duty as our general manager isn't here. She says to me, is this that idiot behind the bar? I said to her, I guess it is. She then said, I need to speak with someone that's not you. I said to her, okay, I can take your name and number and leave a message for the general manager to call you, but I do want to let you know that it wouldn't be until Tuesday. She then said to me, well, when can I call them? And once again, I said Tuesday would be the earliest. So I get her name and number, and then I get hung up on. Now, I guess I just really don't understand. I didn't even serve her besides bring her some water. She moved to a table, and she was served by a server who she also stiffed. I texted my general manager about it, and I asked her to check the camera footage to see when I went downstairs and when I came back up, and it was literally 3 minutes and 27 seconds. That is all the time I spent in the basement grabbing things to bring it back up. Like, am I crazy? I obviously wasn't trying to ruin this lady's whole day, but I guess according to her, I did. Wow, that is honestly really weird to me. It doesn't make any sense why she would complain about you. You literally sat her down and said, oh, I'll be back, and then you were gone for less than 5 minutes. Like, that is no reason for anybody to be like, wow, I'm gonna complain about you. I need to talk to the general manager. Like, you didn't do anything. You were being completely reasonable with this lady. So for her to be like, is this that jerk behind the bar? And by the way, she didn't say jerk. She said a swear word instead of jerk. And in my opinion, that's right when I would have hung up the phone, but that's just me. So seriously, the fact that she would complain about you just doesn't make any sense, because you were more than accommodating for this lady, and any complaint she could possibly muster up, in my opinion, is completely ridiculous. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist at the top of the description. And if you want some chill music to put on in the background, check out easymode.com. If you like Am I the Jerk, subscribe to Am I the Genius. Everything will be linked down below in the description. A crazy entitled Karen goes digging through my trash cans in my garage as she claims that I'm the reason there's so many chicken bones out on the street, claiming that if I don't clean up my mess next to my trash cans, that she's gonna call the police and try to have me arrested. And I've honestly never been more confused by anybody in my life. Here's what happened. So to start things out, I live in a nice suburban neighborhood, and I haven't had any issues with anyone until last Thursday. Trash day is on Thursday, and I had my trash cans out the night before. The trash got picked up, and I went out that morning to put them back in my garage. About an hour later, maybe like 9:30 in the morning, I heard a bunch of noise from my garage. Now mind you, my garage door was open. When I went to see what was going on, I'm greeted by some random lady in my garage messing with my garbage cans. Now before I could even say anything, she immediately turns to me and starts to scream. You need to stop throwing your chicken bones out. The dogs are getting sick from your trash. Now for reference, I haven't eaten chicken with a bone in it for months, and I certainly didn't have chicken bones or any bones in my trash can. So I asked her why she's in my garage, and that I have no clue what she's talking about, and that I don't have any chicken bones in my trash. But she continues by saying, I saw half a dozen chicken bones on the road by your trash cans. You're lying, and I will call the police if you don't stop picking up your trash. Now at this point, I am reaching my limit. Plus, I'm still hungover because I didn't have to work that day. I told her to get off my property, and that if I caught her going through my stuff again, that I would be the one calling the cops on her. She eventually walked off, screeching about the dogs and stupid lazy millennials. But thankfully, I haven't seen her around my house ever since, but I know she lives right down the street. And I honestly just can't believe that something this stereotypical and insane seriously happened to me. Man, talk about the one time you don't close your garage door, you find some crazy Karen digging through your trash looking for chicken bones. Like, what in the world was she doing? She was acting like this was some dire emergency, digging through your garbage to try and find something that clearly wasn't there. Even like hypothetically speaking, even if there were chicken bones right next to your trash cans, how does that give her any right to step in and be like, okay, I'm gonna go through your garage? And I'm also kind of convinced that she didn't even know which house to go to. Like, she most likely saw the first garage door that was open and thought to herself, yes, now's my chance. I'm gonna finally crack this case for this chicken bones. That is seriously some crazy behavior, and I really think that lady must have been insane, because no rational human being is gonna trespass on your property and then start digging through your trash in some kind of like desperate attempt to prove you wrong. That is some crazy talk behavior, and hopefully you don't have to deal with this entitled Karen ever again. If you like Am I the Jerk, you're probably going to love Am I the Genius. out, link down below in the description. Also, go to amIthejerk.com/submit if you would like to submit your own stories. Am I the jerk for telling my husband that his gift to his son won't be received the way that he wants it to be? Because right now there is a lot of tension in the house, and at this point I'm not really sure what to do. So my husband and I have been married for 15 years. We have 2 children together, ages 13 and 11. My husband has 2 children from another marriage to his late wife, so my stepkids are 24 and 23, with my stepson being the oldest and my stepdaughter being the youngest. When my husband first found out he was going to be a father, he started a scrapbook for his son and had photos and written memories and little memories added in that he continued throughout the next 25 years. And he did the same thing for his 3 other children as well. This book documents everything, from fun memories to sweet and heartfelt ones, to even some more heartbreaking ones like the passing of his late wife. Well, my husband decided the scrapbook will be his gift to his son for his 25th birthday. He included all sorts of family photos and moments in this scrapbook, including since we got married and had our kids. But both of my stepkids have been pretty clear that they do not have a fondness for me or for their half-siblings, and they have no trace of us in their homes. When he moved out, he left behind photos he was in that included me and my children. And when my husband mentioned he had forgotten some photos, my stepson replied that he had double and triple checked and he had everything he wanted. My stepdaughter was a little bit more clear, and she actually tossed any unwanted photos in the trash before she moved out. On their social media, they post family photos, but funnily enough, they never have me or their half-siblings included. They never even acknowledge us online at all. My stepkids both also said they'd like it if their dad didn't bring us up, because if he's visiting, they'd like to see him and only him. My husband, by the way, just brushed off that comment and said that he could stop by on his own too, but they would never see the rest of us if we didn't visit. Now, I'll say right here that I was not an affair partner.